All right, welcome to the third annual Bella Little League Parent Orientation. Last year we did this via Zoom live stream. Year before we were in person. We figured that we might as well keep it Zoom for at least one more year. We're live streaming on YouTube. We got 159 watchers right now. So go ahead and smash that like button and go ahead and subscribe. My kids told me to say that. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, fun facts about Bella Little League. If this is your first year in Bella Little, welcome to Bella Little League. My name is Mike Weston. I'm your league president. I'm joined by Sam Dagley on this Zoom. He is our vice president of operations and our treasurer. So multiple hats. You're going to hear from both of us tonight. We're going to go over a lot of topics. And real quick about Bella Little League. We've been around 60 years. In the year 2000, we were the national champions. Over 4,000 Little Leagues. We won the whole thing. So it's our 12-year-olds went all the way. It was very difficult to do, but that's kind of the claim to fame here for Bella Little League in 2000. Last year, our 10-year-olds won the state tournament, another big accomplishment. So these are we're putting Bella Little League on the map, but most importantly, we want a positive experience for our kids and our parents. That's completely everyone in our league. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to show you the our website here. Okay, so this is our website. Hopefully everyone's familiar with it. If you registered, you probably were on our site. First and foremost, I want to introduce the board. We've got a board link here. Again, this is me and Sam. I'm not going to go through all the names here, even though it's Zoom, I'm sure people have other things to do. So, but check out all the board members. If you have any issues all year long, reach out to one of us board members. Sam is wearing our board hat. Look for someone wearing the board hat, and we're glad to help out. We want to hear your suggestions. We're always looking to improve. The board meets once per month. There's about 20 of us, and we meet once per month to try to resolve any issues and make the league better. That's what we do. We're a group of volunteer parents, just like you were parents. We're unpaid. Every time I check with Sam to make sure that's still correct, but yes, unpaid. We put an absolute ton of time into Little League because we love it, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're interested in joining the board, we'd love to have you. Every year in the summertime, we have board elections. It's a 2-year term. We have board memberships for managers and coaches, and then also non-managers and coaches. So we keep it to about 20 members. You can see that all of the roles here. I mean, go through our page here and see if something is of interest to you. We'd love to have you join the board. But let's get started on some COVID safety protocols. So on our website here, we've got all kinds of stuff. So this For Parents link. If you follow this, you'll see you might be able to answer some of your questions. COVID was a hot topic last year. We're going to jump into this real quick. And this was just updated. Basically, our COVID protocols have changed. We're not requiring face coverings this year. Also, if you have questions, we sent out a link, and on the YouTube page, there should be a chat box. Feel free to ask a question. We'll get them answered. We're watching that as we go. But back to the COVID protocols. The face coverings are no longer required. However, if your child is sick, please don't come to the game or practice. That goes for really year round, any year, regardless of COVID. If your child is sick, go ahead and keep them home. We don't want to get all the rest of the kids sick. So as far as social distancing, hand sanitation, I mean, you could look through here. We're going to not share water bottles. We're not going to be sharing catcher's masks, things like that. So we're going to still be doing some COVID safety measures here. And if there is a positive test, we have a form to fill out. So this form goes straight to the board, notifies us. And then we go by CDC protocols as far as if someone tests positive, they're going to sit out 5 days from when symptoms started, and then must wear a mask 5 days after that. So this is, we're just following CDC guidelines at this point with the COVID safety protocols. Also, back on the website here for rained out notifications. This is important. You may be a long time parent and say, well, I already have this. We purged all the numbers last year. It was getting too expensive. We had to start over. So if you previously signed up for rained out notifications last year, you're going to need to re-sign up. We have it right here, rained out notifications. Click this link. It'll take you right here to enter in your phone number. This is how we're going to notify you of rainouts. You're going to get a text saying the fields are closed, practice is closed, games are canceled, things like that. So go ahead and do that for the rainouts. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to Sam. He's going to talk about our facilities.
Yeah, thanks, Mike, and welcome everybody. I think we're excited about the season. We've got record registration for the league. It's going to be a blast. We got a lot of teams, a lot of kids, a lot of involved parents. And with that, Steve Lim, our scheduler, has done a great job. Tommy's done a great job with the fields. And we're fortunate to have some great facilities. We're always looking at ways to expand that. But I don't know if, Mike, you want to pull up the fields here on the website. But for our youngest groups, for our Texas League, our rookie ball kids and our T-ball kids, most, if not all of what you do is going to be at our Horn facility. We've got Kendall Fields, we've got Fox Field, and we've got G Field for the T-ballers. I know you guys have been out there with little sluggers. It's been really cool to see all you guys out there and playing ball. These are the older kid fields. We want to scroll down one just a bit. There we go. You see the Kendall facility there. We've had a couple changes. One is just for everyone's kind of safety and everything. We've decided to move our AEDs indoors. They last longer. It's a little bit safer that way. So coaches have access to the AED facilities. It'll be in the concession stand there. One of the most important things is we obviously want to be conscientious about how we treat our neighbors here. If you're at Kendall Field, and most of you guys have probably been there, or if you park on that side of Avenue B, really make sure you're parking on the Bel Air Little League, the Horn side of the street. Our neighbors do get upset when we park on the other side, and it does create a bit of a jam there. So great facility. We're going to have a lot of fun things to do there this year. Again, Tommy's done a great job with the fields. We do have cameras at those fields. Historically, we've had some issues with the cameras in terms of the type of Wi-Fi they've been on. We should have the fiber internet and connection to the cameras finished before the start of the season over there. In fact, going out there tomorrow to check in on the installation there. Live streaming, grandparents, uncles, aunts, anyone across the globe will be able to see these kids go out there and do some pitching machine, do some T-ball, and have some other ones. I should say G doesn't actually have one. But for our older kids, we've got really some other facilities. Primarily, we've got Jessamine and Tyrus, and then Balin's a little bit for overflow. But similar changes here. Move the AEDs inside into a sheltered environment. Again, great facilities. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that Tyrus has turf on the infield. We spent a lot of time in the off season putting in some drainage in the outside of the Tyrus, especially in right field, getting that up to date. We've got some new tarps on the field as well. So some really awesome facilities. We're excited about some of the changes that are happening here at our fields. We also have cameras here. So if you're a young one, if you're traveling for work, if your grandparents want to watch, we've got cameras that you can go and watch all these games. You can get a live shot of the field. You see some guys out here right now. Let's see how this pitch goes. That's a good strike. Nice pitch. But hey, it's a great facility. We're very fortunate to have it. As parents, as coaches, as everything else, we do ask that you take care of it. We're always interested in making changes. We're always open to hear new things that are going on. And we have a future plan to make some additional changes and updates. One last thing I'll mention for those that have been in the league for a while, you will see kind of a new Tyrus. During the offseason, we put a lot of work in, made that facility a lot nicer. It's a red building now. It's very red. We're kind of embracing our redness here in Bel Air, but a really great facility. Will Dabney did a really nice job kind of coordinating that and making some updates there. So we love our fields. We want to take care of them the best we can. I know we have a lot of people on them. And I'll mention too, just with rained out, sometimes I know that, sometimes it feels like, oh my gosh, it only rained a little bit each day, but it does get a lot of rain on them. And we want to make sure they last through the season through our districts. We'll have a blast doing that as well. So excited for our fields, excited that we have the opportunity to play on. It's going to be an awesome season here in spring 22 in Bel Air.
Yeah, we've also got the Watch the Game Live here right on the website, front page. So if you click the Watch the Game Live, we've got, Tyrus and Jessamine. And you would just click here and go to whichever field. So Fox and Kindle, we're about to have high-speed internet, as Sam mentioned. So we're going to have much more reliable cameras there. I know we had some issues last year, but it took a while to get some fiber sent in there. But we're gonna have some really good cameras. But as you can see, this is great. When you're out of town, you can watch this. And then also there's a video vault right here. You can go back and watch previous games and previous practices from different dates. So sometimes this is difficult to navigate, but just look for the video vault. But you can go on any given date, any given time, and scroll back and see what's going on in the field. It's really cool.
And it typically posts about 12 hours after the game in. I think it's 12 or 24 hours after the game in. So it may be a bit of a delay, but it'll be up there. And we keep it up there for about 30 days. One note, parents, I'm just going to say it. It's typically more of an issue with the coaches. Mike mentioned we're all volunteers. Our umpires, our guys who are out here, and they do get compensated, but a lot of them do it for the love of the game. We're training younger umpires. There's going to be mistakes made on the field. The cameras are really for enjoyment. They're for fun. They're for us to create access for more people to watch these games and be involved in Bel Air Little League and their kids and grandkids' enjoyment of the game. It's not to go back and say, hey, we made a mistake or this was wrong or the X, Y, and Z. It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. So once the game's over, the game's over. We just ask that this is just really for fun, has nothing to do with, hopefully the outcomes of the games, anything like that. Also, sometimes the cameras do go down. Typically it's foul ball related or something else, but we do understand we do our best to fix them as quickly as we can.
Yeah, that's a good point. Our umpires really love getting video clips and still shots of blown calls and things like that, I can assure you. Yeah, we'll have it. I'll go over the rules here in a minute, just our Little League rules. Sam's also going to go over the parent code of conduct, but yeah, let's go easy on the umpires. They're volunteers too. A lot of them are longtime Bel Air residents, had kids in the league, they're board members. So yeah, let's go easy on the umps. They control the game. They can eject fans. They can eject coaches, managers. I mean, let's not have any of that. Let's keep everything civil. It is Little League. At the end of the day, it's not the major leagues, and we're out here to have fun. But let's talk about some. Sam, you guys.
One last note. I think we should mention we're pretty excited about this. It should happen this year. We've been working with the city on getting it done this season, but we are hoping to have new scoreboards up that'll be controlled remotely from the stands. Just kind of working through that process right now, but hopefully something to come that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the scoreboard's going to be awesome. We're working with the city. Should be done relatively soon. Let's talk about equipment. Hopefully, most people have their equipment already. You went to Dick's Sporting Goods, got your 20% off. But you can see we've got an equipment checklist right here under the For Parents link. The most important thing I really want to highlight here is that you want a USA stamp on your bats. Not all bats are created equal. There's tournament bats that a lot of kids play select baseball where they use bats that are more powerful, I guess would be the right term. The USA bats are meant for Little League. These are the ones that they don't have much pop, but kids can still hit the ball over the fence. So if I click this link here, you're going to see the actual stamp we're looking for. You've got to have the USA stamp on the bat, otherwise the umpire is going to tell you can't use it, and actually it could be an issue if it's a habitual thing. You can hear the sound of the illegal bats. So just make sure that when you do have a bat, that it's a USA approved bat. That's one of the most important things for our equipment. Obviously, you need a glove, batting gloves. The face mask is required for T-ball. We get some questions sometimes, why do we need this for T-ball? And it's because the kids are swinging bats around and they're 4 years old. So we want to be careful with bats, especially with our T-ballers. So face mask is required. This is not a Little League rule. This is actually a Bel Air local rule. Sometimes you'll see other Little Leagues, they don't have face masks. This, in my opinion, I think is a good thing, especially in the older divisions. You don't need the full mask for National American League. You can have a C flap, which is just a flap that covers the face, part of the face. Baseball pants. So managers are going to pick the color, usually gray or white, could also be black. So it's good to have gray, white, multiple different colors of pants. Your manager should let you know soon what color pants they would like for games. So it's good to have multiple pairs. Cleats, no metal cleats are allowed, only rubber cleats. And then obviously you need a baseball bag. So hopefully everyone already has all this stuff. If not, head down to Dick's Sporting Goods in Post Oak and go get it. Okay, next, let's go over some rules here. So if we click the rules tab, these are our basically Little League rules and our local rules for each division. If you're curious to see, hey, what are the pitch count rules for National League? You click on this, We have all kinds of rules here. Our managers and coaches are very familiar with this. We've already gone over this with them. The most important thing, in my opinion, for our kid pitch division is arm safety. So Little League has specific pitches that are maximum pitches that can be thrown. So if a kid throws more than 35 pitches, they have to rest for 2 days. So if they throw in between 36 and 50 pitches, they have to throw 2 days. So every team has a pitch counter, and someone that's monitoring this. We take this very seriously. We had a fabulous presentation by orthopedic surgeon Jessica Traver, who spoke with all of our managers at our managers meeting and preached arm safety. So keep an eye on your kids. If you have a child in National League and American League, make sure they're not telling you that their arm hurts. That could be a problem. Okay, and if their arm hurts, take them to an orthopedist. When they pitch, you want to make sure they're getting warmed up. They're not just out there. You never let your arm warm up your body. Okay, they're out there. They're running a lap around the field. They're stretching their arms, and then they warm up slowly. Okay, you want to make sure your kids are not just in there to pitch. And if you're playing in multiple leagues, if you're in multiple teams, you got to remember that this pitch count thing is a big deal. So if you pitched for instance, your middle school team, you need to speak up and say, okay, Johnny can't pitch today. He threw 50 pitches yesterday, and it's for arm safety. Okay, so this is the most important part of these rules. If you scroll up to the very top, you'll see the part about how videos won't be used for judgment calls by umpires. Our umpires really wanted us to add this in here after multiple years of going over this, but okay, so if you scroll through, you'll see we've got time limits. Everything you need to know about the rules are on our rules page. We won't go into all the details, but everything you need to know is on the rules. Okay, now let's go into the exciting topic of parent code of conduct. And Sam, since that's so fun, I'll let you take that one.
Sure, that sounds good. I think this can be summed up by, we have pretty high expectations of the board members. We have very high expectations of our coaches. And as parents, as you guys participate in the league, like, we just have a set of rules of what this is about. Little League baseball, kind of our mantra, and here in Bel Air Little League, is about, giving young men and women the opportunity to grow as individuals through the sport of baseball. That's really what it's about. And that's really kind of the foundation of what Little League is. I think I can sum it up with this way. If you're pretty cool and chill, everyone's going to get along. We just have expectations about language, how we're interacting with the children as parents, what we're saying, even on the sidelines, what we're saying to our coaches, what we're saying to the umpires. We have a very strict policy. There's just no alcohol. There's no tobacco. There's no profanity. That all being said, sometimes things happen, right? We get excited. We want to see things go on like that. We understand that there's a level of that that's going to happen with the games. But what you'll see here on the website is just kind of a list of rules for how we hope and ask that you guys participate in the games. And I know that some of you T-ball and rookie parents are sitting there going, I don't understand. The kids are so sweet. Occasionally when the scoreboard goes on, things get crazy. And it's going to happen. It's just part about being kind of an athlete and the athlete's parent. So my encouragement to you guys is this: just have fun, have a blast with the other parents that are out there. Enjoy these ages of kids. We've got 4-year-olds out there all the way to 12, but at some point or another, kind of spin through this. Keep in mind that 99% of these kids will probably not play professional baseball. That it's supposed to be fun. We're having a great time out there. It's part of building community. And you're going to see these people again year after year. Okay. Things are going to happen. Now, have I ever said something on the field I regret? Absolutely. Have things happen? Sure, they happen. But all in all, really try to watch kind of what we do, be a good citizen on the field. The last thing I'll mention is about last year, I had to step in and umpire a game from behind the plate. Or from behind the mound. I'd never done that before. Guys, I had no clue. Every player, every coach, every umpire, they can hear everything you say in the stands. I'm not going to repeat some of the things that were said about me that day, maybe accurately or not, but you can hear everything. The last thing I'll mention is if things do arise to a certain level, the board does get involved. We do have a disciplinary committee. The last thing that Mike, myself, the board wants to do when we go to board meetings, we want to focus on league improvement. We don't want to really talk about how we have to deal with the parent issues. Okay. So there's kind of a step process that goes through that. I really hope that's not an issue this year. If you guys have any questions as we're going through it, please reach out to Mike, myself, anyone else on the board. We're happy to talk through it. If we are having issues, we're always happy to talk through it. But again, try to be a great citizen. do your best. We know that we want people to be excited. We want you guys to be loud. We just want it all to really come from a positive place. And parents, remember, this really is about the kids. Sometimes it gets lost in everything else, but for these 8 years in Little League or however long they choose to play, it's a great opportunity to go out, spend time with their friends, grow as individuals, grow as little baseball players. And that's really what we're looking for. We don't want parents and coaches and the like getting in the way. So hopefully not an issue this year. Definitely want to bring it to your attention. If you guys have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to reach out. And after we talk about how parents need to be responsible, I think it's a great time to turn to the gala. We did the gala last year. We had a blast. Went to Betsy's. It's going to be May 7th. That is the night before Mother's Day. So, it's going to be a blast. We're going to have an awesome time. I think last year we had about 180 folks show up. We do kind of have to cap it. So tickets will start going on if you didn't buy them through the opening day, through the registration website. But it is going to be a blast. It's going to be on Saturday this year. Last year we did on a Sunday, but it's going to go late. I think we're about to finalize our theme. We'll start putting some stuff out there. And the gala members here, myself included, Amy, Quinn, Danielle, I know I'm missing some, Josh, Steve, Will, that really kind of helped put this together, Liz. I think we're going to do an amazing job. We got some fun new things this year. So I really encourage everyone to come. T-ball and rookie ball player parents, really encourage you guys to come. It's a great way to get to know people. We have a great time. Typically a lot of good food, a lot of good music. We do a big auction. We auction up some stuff around the fields. And it's really a great way to get to know a lot of the other people. So one of the things that really meant a lot to me last year was we had a lot of the T-ball, rookie ball, younger ages show up. I hope we do that again. I know that Liz and Elon, who are the league reps for those leagues, are doing a great job in getting that news out there. So it's going to be awesome. You will have a great time. You may or may not see one of Mike and I dance, and that may or may not become a very famous internet meme. So all good things can happen at the gala. And the other thing is, right, you don't just want to walk around the gala or before the gala or during the year. You don't want to look normal. I mean, you want to look good, right? I mean, you want to look good. And the best way to look good, we used to buy all this gear and we didn't know if it fit or not and do all this stuff. And it was fine. It was what it was. But I think we kind of updated our system a little bit for how we do stuff. So we have a link now where you can go to the Shop Beller Little League link. Danielle, Josh, and Liz put a ton of stuff out there. We're always looking for new ideas and things like that on the link, but the website. But you can go here. It goes to a place called Squad Locker. The way it works is you can order whatever you want. It's going to go directly to you. We've got Under Armour and Nike and Reebok. Rumor has it there's a $300 puffy jacket on there. There's just a whole lot of cool things with our old school B, our Texas logo, bags, hats, the like. And the best part is we get a percentage of the proceeds. So they make it, it's your size, it goes straight to your door. It's got it for you, your kids, everything else. So highly encourage you guys to pop out there. I know a lot of my wardrobe comes. There's the puffy jacket you'll see right there on the outerwear. Yes. And we have seen some sightings of the puffy jacket in and around Bel Air from various members. So, again, get out there. It's a way to support the league. And a way to just really, really look amazing, frankly. So pop that. It's on the website. You can go there, and we will have some things at opening day where you can order through here, do some other items like that. So right through BLL, we're having a little issue there, but yeah, shop BLL right there. It'll take you right to it. So, oh yeah, well, this kind of goes into the other thing. So fundraisers. Throughout the year, we'll do some fundraisers. We do a raffle for Gala. Last year, gave away a weekend beach house in Galveston. There was a trip to Moody Gardens, a gift card that went with it. I think it was like $500 from Amex. So we do fundraisers throughout the year to try and raise money. Obviously, we are a volunteer-led and supported league. Everything we do is through donations as a nonprofit. So we do things at the gala. We do things to raise signs. Some of the things that we've seen is you can sponsor our fields. This year, we've had some very generous LP printing. Iron Horse sponsored the 2 larger fields, as well as some other sponsors on our fields at Kendall. And our sponsors here are awesome. We sponsor jerseys. You guys are so generous in terms of putting stuff on the back of jerseys. We were able to sell that out pretty quickly this year. The signs in the outfield. But guys, we're always looking for opportunities to fundraise. We really will consider any opportunities. We have some pretty large plans for the future, and we are hopefully going to start rolling those out here over the next year or so, and talking a little more openly about those. But the generosity of the league, of you guys, has been absolutely incredible throughout the years. And so the ask here is really just, as opportunities come up, as ideas come up, if there's ways you want to get involved financially through the league, we're going to do a lot of things that way. And I will say one note, just it's a little off topic here or schedule here, but as a league, we took on concessions last year. We decided that in the fall, we were going to make a change. We were going to provide the opportunity for some men and women in the community, some 14-year-old, 15-year-olds and older, to volunteer, and they're giving us hours. And after a certain amount of hours, they're getting paid for their time. But we took that on. So the concessions now and in the spring are going to be run through the Little League with volunteer young men and women in and around Bel Air, going to local high schools in the area. And we did it in the fall. And I think I was a little nervous because myself and Amy Quinn took this on with the support of the board, but it was awesome. So a couple things that are going to change on the concessions area. We're now doing free snow cones. If you're wearing a Little League uniform, and you know, we're about to play a game, or you just played a game, you can go up to the concession stand, you can get a snow cone. We're gonna, we've got all the flavors and everything. We're adding pretzels for the spring. We got our hot dogs, nachos, really done some different things here to kind of spice up, I think, the concession stuff. The additional thing is probably Friday nights, every Friday night at all the fields, we're gonna have the grills out and going. So we're encouraging people to come by, get a hamburger, get a hot dog. Even if you don't have a kid at that game, come watch, come see some good Little League baseball. And then we're working on some community engagement stuff in terms of having local restaurants come by and do kind of a night once a week, maybe Thursday nights, where people can come, get dinner, see a baseball game, and support the league as well. So more to come on fundraisers. But again, anyone that has any ideas, anyone feeling the desire to give the league, we're happy to talk about what that could do, what that could turn into, and how we can continue to make improvements for the young men and women of Bel Air Little League. And Mike, with that, I'll turn over to you for the abundant recent improvements we made.
Yeah, so the recent improvements, every year we're making improvements. So we just updated our sound systems at both Jessamine and Tyrus. And I saw a question come in here about we're not going to be live streaming from G. We currently don't have a camera at G. It's our T-ball field. That is something that we're going to consider for the future. It took a long time to get working cameras out there at all because dealing with high-speed internet. But this year we currently don't have live streaming at G, but it's something that for future years we're looking forward. And then another question about the bathrooms. Yes, the restrooms are going to be unlocked during practices. Every manager has a key to the restrooms, and that's every field. Okay, here's another question from a former longtime board member. Do concession volunteers receive hours towards school service requirements? Sam, I'll let you address that.
Yeah, so we've done it a few ways. What we've done right now is that once you give us 20 hours of volunteer, then we will pay individuals $10 per hour for volunteer, both for concessions and like opening day and things like that. We have a way to sign through the year that goes towards the high school service requirements. So we've talked to the local schools about getting that done. We can sign that. We also give the option. I know some young men and women did not want to have any sort of compensation. They just wanted the volunteer hours. We're happy to do that as well. So at the end of the year, we sign over that they did the hours. So yeah, absolutely an option. And I just want to say that to the parents of anyone that may have volunteered last year, an absolutely phenomenal experience. It was an amazing group of young men and women that stepped in, did a great job. We heard a lot of great compliments about the things that they were doing, and it was successful for the league. So absolutely, we're hoping to expand the opportunities for volunteer roles to the little bit older ages in the community as well.
Okay, so back to the recent improvements. We have updated the sound acoustic systems at Jessamine and Tyrus. They're much larger speakers if you take a look at them. So it's going to be great. They're not completed yet, but it was a pretty substantial investment because we had some, they just didn't really work. Outdoor speakers after a while just stopped working. But these are very much meant to be outdoors. They're meant for Little League, and I'm excited about these. Once we get them fully installed, they should be ready to go by opening day, which we'll get into here in a minute. Also, we touched about the scoreboards. The scoreboards are going to be amazing at Just Mine and Tyrus. I don't have a picture of them, but they're going to be red. They've got a Little League logo on them, and just they're at the same size as the one that's currently at Just Mine, except it's going to be red. And at Tyrus, we're working to have one that's also the same size to replace the other one. And as Sam mentioned previously, these can be controlled by an app from the stands. So if you're running the scoreboard, you can sit in the stands. You don't have to go to the field house, which is obviously a much improved situation. Some smaller things. All of our field tarps, where we cover them for rain. Now we have brand new red field tarps with the B logo. Special thanks to Tommy Crosby for that. Also, shout out to Tommy Crosby. All of our fields, he maintains them. That's why they look so good. So thank you to board member Mr. Crosby, and also Will Dabney, you too, for maintaining the fields. So we try to make sure that we don't have any issues with the fields and the maintenance. If you see anything, we've got to contact us right here on our website. Feel free to fill this out and say, hey, I noticed something at the fields. I mean, obviously you can bring it to your manager, they'll bring it to the league rep, but we want to make sure we have field issues addressed. There was a couple boards at Tyrus that need to be replaced. We just got those replaced. There's some holes in the nets. Those were all replaced. We fixed a lot of the netting at a lot of the fields. And we've heard a lot of positive feedback from the managers. We replaced a lot of pitching machines. We're basically, we're ready to go. And don't be hesitant to let us know if you have any other suggestions. Sam mentioned we painted the field house at Tyrus. There's a lot more big ticket items we have in the pipeline, but those, as of now, those are the ones that I'm sure I'm forgetting something. We're probably going to be painting the Just Mine fence red, so that's going to be a big change. We're trying to go with the cardinal red theme, as you can imagine. So, and in future years, we talked about maybe replacing the fence at Tyrus, getting a wood fence there. So we've got a lot on the agenda, and we're always trying to improve. So if you're wondering where your registration dollars go, a lot of that goes into uniforms, a lot of it goes into field maintenance and just league operation expenses. But a lot of that goes into field improvements and future improvements. And so we want to invest back in the league and make sure that we're constantly improving. So let's talk about some volunteer roles real quick. I mean, hopefully everyone, you got something, Sam?
Mike, do you want to jump in about, we will potentially have actual bathrooms at Tyrus in the near future?
Yeah, that's a big deal. Not sure why I didn't mention that, but anyway, so for the first time ever, we have a bathroom going in at our Tyrus complex. So this is obviously something we've been working on for many years. We were able to get the city approval to essentially pay for it. So it's a huge deal. It's going to be installed after the season. It's going to be installed and completed over the summer. And it's going to go by the tennis courts and the playground area over at Tyrus. So it's it's a good location there. It's not over by the railroad tracks or anything, but it's going to be installed over the summer, and we're looking forward to it. Currently, we have a trailer bathroom at Tyrus. So if you notice the trailer in the parking lot, that's a bathroom, and there's a key for it. Have your manager unlock it. It's a quote unquote luxury portable bathroom, if there is such a thing. But also, we still have the porta potties at Tyrus, but we do have the air conditioned with lights and flushable actual luxury bathroom here, that white trailer at Tyrus. All right, Sam, what did I forget? Anything else I forgot about?
No, I think that's it. I think it was a good summary.
Okay.
I do see too, someone asked about game jerseys. I do believe that's right. Beauty Addict 100 answered, and I think that's correct, that we should have our game jerseys somewhere close to the end of the week. We've been just as kind of subjected to supply chain stuff as the rest of the world, but I think Josh and Liz did a great job getting that stuff in. So should be here end of the week. And then to reiterate what Mike said, that'll be your hat, a jersey, a belt, socks, and then your coach will pick kind of what color pants they want to wear for the year. So you can stock up on a couple gray, a couple white, and I'm pretty sure they'll get used.
Yeah, and yes, they will be the ones with the sponsor logos. They're being printed. There's obviously getting not to mention supply chain, but getting the uniforms printed. We have to have our league drafts and league team assignments. Then we have to have sponsors assigned to every team. Then we got to send it off to printing. So Liz Rich and Josh Midfield have done a great job with that. And yeah, we should have the uniforms hopefully by next week. And we have a comment, a very sad comment from one of our players. Very sorry to hear, Justin, you're injured. Let's see, we have another question here. Sponsor logo on the back of the jersey. Yes, Beauty Addict 100 has also responded. Thank you, Beauty Addict. Okay, so let's go back to the volunteer roles. So everyone should have had a volunteer role. If we look at volunteer roles 2022 on the website, if you have not signed up for a volunteer role with your team, go ahead and sign up. These are important things. You know, we didn't used to have this. We used to just have the manager. We kind of just had to figure everything out, and that made it more difficult to find managers. Now we have an abundance of managers. We give away free equipment to our managers. We have manager happy hours. We manager get-togethers. We love, frankly, our managers. They really. I mean, this is who your child is going to be around all the year. So we put a lot of thought into our managers. We want to make it easier for them, and so that's why we have these parent volunteer roles. If you check with your manager, see if there's a role that you can fill. Hopefully this has gone out to the team. If not, it should be going out shortly. But you can see we've got the team parent who's kind of running point on a lot of this stuff. Then you've got snack coordinator, uniform coordinator, team banner. You can see picture coordinator. Pictures are also going to be an opening day. We'll get into that in a minute. We don't have the picture scheduled yet, but it's going to be during opening day. Also, you need a gala coordinator, and that's really to provide a gala basket for the gala, which is our primary fundraiser. And then you've got the game announcer, home team. And for the younger divisions, this is a big deal. I mean, these kids love having their name called. They love having walk-up songs. They love having music in between innings. So we've got portable speakers at Horn for our lower divisions, rookie ball, Texas League, even T-ball. I mean, don't be afraid to announce the kids' names. I mean, it's fun. The kids love it. So sign up to be a game announcer if that's something that's of interest to you. You can create custom walk-up songs. I mean, there's some people that go all out, and the kids love it. They have custom walk-up songs all year. But we also need a scorekeeper for the visiting team, game announcer for the home team. This is important when the game's starting. If you're just kind of hanging out in the crowd and we need someone to run the scoreboard, eventually we'll have this easy scoreboard running from your app. But let's help out the managers. Let's help out let the game move along. It's frustrating when no one's running the scoreboard. The kids love the scoreboard. This is only for Texas League on up. We don't have a scoreboard for rookie ball and below. We may turn on the scoreboard later in the season, but have the scoreboard. If no one's running the scoreboard, help out. And pitch counting, this is, again, very simple, but we obviously take it very seriously. It's a little league rule. We want to make sure that we're tracking every pitch. Each team has a pitch counter, so it's not just one person. Then each inning, the pitch counter confirms with the other pitch counter, make sure they have the right count. That's for National League and American League, our kid pitch divisions. And then game changer we use for National and American League. So if the manager is still looking for volunteers, please help out your manager. We want to get these all filled immediately. Typically, we say you can't get your uniform until you fill these out. We want to have all these roles filled, make it easier on our manager. Okay, let's see what other questions we have. Here we have a general comment. Thanks for all you guys do for the league. Appreciate that, Jordan. We're willing to accept more just compliments like that. Just kidding. Let's see, what else do we have?
When we got the game schedules. Yeah, I was gonna say AL and NL should be up on TeamSnap. And I failed to mention TeamSnap earlier. TeamSnap is the tool that we now use. It coordinates with our website. It's got a great app. Your team, you load onto your app. It'll have your schedules and everything. Two things. I know it's a little later than normal, but we've really never had this many kids or teams, and so we've had some field and how do we get everyone on here issues. So America and NL, all that should be loaded on the TeamSnap. You guys should be ready to go. Texas, I think, is almost done, and then everything should be done by tomorrow night at the latest. Tomorrow night, Saturday morning at the latest, and it'll all pop up through TeamSnap and be ready to go. So again, it's a great problem that we have, right? We're just trying to figure out how we get all these teams, all these active kids involved here. So that should be something that comes out here. So no later than this week, full schedule be out. Steve Lim, the man works some miracles. Just it's got to be like Tetris or something trying to get all that done. So thankful that he's out there doing it. But yes, he will. We'll have that done. You can start planning your spring breaks and doing all the stuff like that. We know you guys. I know some people in this world have things other than Bel Air Little League in their lives. Where Mike and I aren't really sure what that's like, but we do understand it. I also see a question on T-ball. T-ball is completely a G. Everything will be there. It's fun. It's awesome. They put the tees up. You guys will have a great time. For the T-ball parents, reach out to your league coordinator, Liz Rich. The kids love the banners. You can do the walk-up music. There's a ton of fun things you can do to make those little dudes feel like big leaguers, and it's a really fun time. I see another question about the scoreboards. Yeah, so the new scoreboards are through a company called Daktronics, and Daktronics has an app that basically you'll be at the field. There'll be a passcode for the field, and as you're sitting there, you'll be able to change things on the app. It's not the big clunky machine anymore. You can update the score and do everything else like that. The scoreboard is obviously for the fans' entertainment. It's not our official scorebook. But yeah, you can sit next to your friends. It goes through any app on the phone. You're able to log on through a generic website and able to monitor it from there and keep the scores up to date and everything like that. So it should be a pretty fun improvement once those are approved and in.
And looking through the comments, yeah, just again, shout out to Justin York. We're hoping for your recovery. He said you had an injury, tore your ACL, so I definitely heard about that. But get well soon, Justin. We need you back. Yeah, so feel free to add more comments here. We don't have a ton more to talk about. We're going to talk about opening day here in a minute, and we're about 45 minutes in. Typically, this is about a 45-minute deal. I know everyone has things to do. As Sam said, we don't. This is pretty much all we do. But feel free to ask more questions. With that, Sam, why don't you dive into opening day? Liz Rich is handling our opening day this year. Last year, Cindy Wu, or the year before, Cindy did an awesome job. She's our registrar. You've probably heard from Cindy. Big shout out to her. This year, Liz has taken over. We've had multiple board meetings already about opening day. It's going to be amazing. Why don't you get into a little more of the details, Sam?
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to mention that too, in case we didn't mention anyone on the board. Every member of this board is really active and doing a lot of stuff. So they are involved. It's kind of a big machine to keep running, and our board does an amazing job. And we're thankful to have them all kind of moving in that direction and doing stuff. It's been a very active board, and it's been a real privilege to be on and to be able to see the things that we're starting to get done and get rolling. But last year we weren't able to have an opening day. There's been some sort of global pandemic. But this year we are excited about, we're going to have a big opening day, and we're kind of, I think, taking it to another level. We're going to get out there at 9 a.m. For those that have never done it before, we'll have the cardinal that they run through, the big inflatable cardinal that the high schoolers, the Bel Air High School has. The kids run through it with their coaches. We announce everybody. We get to run on the field by a team. We're going to introduce our district teams from the year prior. We're going to have just a lot of fun. We'll introduce some kind of local people, the mayor and everything like that. And then we're very fortunate to have the UH baseball coach is going to join us. He's going to come out and speak for a few minutes, really get the kids going this year. And in years past, that's kind of been what we've done. But this year we're giving out concession stand will be fully open, but we're also going to give out free hamburgers and hot dogs. So from like 11 to 2, we want families to stick around and stay. There's going to be a climbing wall. There's going to be a breakfast truck. There's going to be all sorts of activities. There's going to be face painting. We're going to have our home run derby that day. There's going to be a big mom's softball game. There's going to be the pictures that day. So we're hoping that as a league, as we kind of get back into a sense of normality, that we're able to go out there, and it's just going to be an opening day, I think, like nothing we've ever seen. So we want you guys to come out. We want you guys to eat hamburgers, eat hot dogs, get snow cones, have Dr. Peppers and eat nachos and the whole nine, and think it's going to be a really fun event. Come early, stay for the whole day. The home run derby is a blast when the kids get out there. And this year we're switching it up. There will be a championship WWE style home run belt given away to the winner. So it's going to be a blast. So mark your calendars, March 5th. I know we'll be out there bright and early. A shout out to Bobby Piper, who's taken on the food. We're going to a big grill out there. And he's going to start grilling early, and we'll, grill until the food's gone. But we're planning on, 1,000 people or so getting out there, being hungry and having a great time. So again, it's taken a lot of boards and a lot of time to build to this point. And so we're just excited for the historical boards, the things they've done, excited for what the board's doing now and moving forward. And I think as we show up on March 5th and have a great opening of spring, it's going to be a really awesome year for our league.
Yeah, there was a question that came in about we need to figure out a way to allow the announcer to announce from the stands. as opposed to the field house. And we have that covered. So the installation, at least when I met with the sound people, they're supposed to put a microphone connection on the exterior of each field house at Just Mine Terrace. So we should be able to plug a microphone in and then announce from the stands. Now, I haven't seen it yet. We're not done with the construction, but that was supposed to happen. So hopefully we can keep the scoreboards and the announcing from the stands. How amazing will that be? That's what we're hoping to have accomplished this year at both Just Mine Terrace.
That's right. For the younger divisions, if you're in Texas League, if you've got the DJ Anywhere app and preload the songs, those scoreboards will still be the scoreboards at Kindle and Fox are still going to be on the old system. We've got a plan to update those, but it's just we want to do the bigger ones first, get through that, and then we're going to do the HISD changes and everything, which will update it. You can do both. I will say that you can do it. But as you're doing like your ballpark DJ or the like for Texas League, not as much of an issue. You'll still use the old school speakers. You still have the other scoreboards. Those will be the old school ones. So you can do both at the same time.
Yeah, regarding this question about how can we do both at the same time, also, a lot of people, they'll bring a portable speaker to Just Mine or Tyrus and do the walk-up songs that way. So that's one way to do it. However, we're going to have a microphone. It's a good question. We'll have to figure out the logistics of how two separate announcers are going to have two separate walk-up songs. So I guess they sit near each other and share the mic, or we've got two separate microphone connections. However, we're going to make sure that we can plug. These are things we'll work through. However, we do have a portable speaker, even at Just Mine Terrace. That's in the past, someone would have a portable speaker for walk-up songs. So that's a workaround. Once we get all the audio completed, we'll finalize that, but that's a good question. What other questions we have here? We're approaching the end of this presentation, so any last questions? Check my email here real quick. All right, no questions. Anyone else on YouTube? All right, well, I just want to say thank you on behalf of Bella Little League for joining the league this year. Our goal as board members, as I said, is to make this the most enjoyable year for your kids and yourself. Come out to opening day. Hopefully we can meet everyone. Feel free to click here, meet the board. I didn't go through everyone's name, but we got a lot of people. Cody doing sponsorships, brings in a lot of money. Andy, all the equipment. Andy Khaleesi's done a ton of work with the equipment. It was a big deal getting all that together. Scott Garber is our parliamentarian. That's our famous or fancy word for saying he's our lawyer. Steve Lem is currently working 12 hours a day on the schedule. Elliot's obviously done a great job with our managers, and Julie McNee, our safety officer. I'm just going to say, when Amy Quinn's done an awesome job with concessions. Trina Stein has done a great job with the website. Spoke about Cindy. Danny Mulcahy is our player agent. If there's any issues with players, coaches, hopefully we won't have too many, but Daniel will get involved. We launch full investigations, make sure everything is handled. Liz is obviously handling uniforms with Josh. T-ball. Elon is our rookie ball rep. Dan Cole is Texas League, multiple years of Texas League. Doug McNee is our National League rep. So shout out to all the board members, Dan Spelkin, American League. Our new umpires this year, Mike Baker, Tom Gayden. And then lastly, we got Will Dabney at Ed4 Facilities. So that's the shout out to the board. We still have 172 people watching. So I appreciate everyone waiting till the very end. Sam, do you have any closing words?
Almost did the full COVID. I'm on mute, but no, I agree. Looking forward to a great season, guys. Excited about all the kids being out there. I see one last question came in about Game Changer. The league sets up Game Changer, as I recall. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm actually doing Game Changer right now. It's in process for National League, American League. It'll be done in the next 24 hours. So yeah, we're setting up Game Changer. If you're the Game Changer admin, be sure you let your manager know so I can add you as an admin to the team. But Game Changer is being done as we speak. It'll be ready for exhibition games.
Yeah, we're going to have a great season, guys. I'm looking forward to all the new faces that we're going to see out there. Like I said, we like to have a lot of fun. We like to watch a lot of good baseball. We're excited about the season and excited about what it does for the community. So, again, excited you parents are here. Thanks for being so involved in your kids in the league. And we're looking forward to continue making this a better league each year and excited about the season we have in front of us.
All right, with that, we'll go ahead and end the parent orientation. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Still 162 people are watching, so thank you for lasting till the very end. All right, let's have a good season.